Senior Report thanks Edmund Besch of Bristol Burgess Insurance Agency, 65 East Main Street, Westfield, for his generous grant to provide news to seniors. Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning, good morning. What a beautiful, yes, I did have my ears lowered. What a beautiful morning it is here in Chautauqua County. Up here in Mayville there's a blizzard, but down at the bottom of the hill in Westfield and places along the shore, it's not that bad. We're going to have a little light snow, and that's fine. We've had a wonderfully warm spring, not spring, winter, and spring is just around the corner, and I see the crocuses are already pushing up. So life will go on no matter what. We have a great program lined up for you today. We've got Steve Kershnar, Dr. Steve Kershnar, who is a philosophy instructor, professor over at State University of Fredonia. And we're going to have a wonderful chat. We're going to talk about Mary Jane. If you don't know what the Spanish for Mary Jane, Marijuana. He wrote a beautiful editorial in the Brockton Beacon, if you want to look it up. No, not the Brockton Beacon. I'm still thinking about that in the Dunkirk Disturber. All right, so at any rate, time's going on here. Of course, you watch your TV. I can't even watch the TV without going crazy. The wars have disappeared, excepting now. Somebody burned a Koran, and the entire nation of Afghanistan, which we are saving, we're saving our country from. They're going to sneak over here and sandbag us. But in the meantime, they're rioting. They just shot 2 Americans this morning. Yeah, they shot 2 people in the embassy. Not the embassy. It was some sort of a center of shelter where you're not allowed to come in. And they thousands of people are just massing up all over the streets and everything. And this is our country that we're helping and saving. God help us! They ran us out of Iraq, and now it looks like we're on our way out of Afghanistan. Finally, after the longest war in the history of America, I might add, which has cost us not billions. They phony up the figures, and it's trillions. And how many boys have been coming back in boxes? They phony those ones up too. They say, oh, there's only 6,000. Well, we don't count accidents. We don't count those people that go off and die of something else in a hospital. We don't count suicides, things like that. Oh, no, we keep the count pretty low. Yeah, you bet. They have more accidents, incidentally, than they've ever had in the history of any war in America. They accidentally ran over a landmine, you know. That's the way it works. But keep an eye on Afghanistan. Let's see what happens over there, where we're saving our country from them and saving them from themselves, I guess. We've got our own crony in as the president there, and they'll probably kill him. It's the second we leave. State taxes going up. Yep, they cannot seem to get the budget under control. But worst of all, county taxes. Remember, Chautauqua County is the highest tax county in the United States. And don't let anybody kid you. Somebody may try to argue about that. It ain't true. We have the highest taxes. And it looks like, you heard this from Senior Report a year ago. You heard it first from Senior Report. Higher county taxes. And they're going to be gargantuan increases this year. You heard it first on Senior Report. Doesn't make the papers until a lot much later, you know. But we have our ear to the railroad track here. Okay, guys. Enough said. I'm going to go on. They tell me I better get moving because my time's running out for news. Okay. I got some nice news here. Let me put the cheaters on. Alrighty. Lakeshore Seniors has a great group that meet over in Fredonia. The president's Barbara Barbarich, and they're having, of course, a big deal over there in Fredonia at Pomfret because they've basically taken away their senior center. They say the rent is too high, and they don't use it that often. So they're now just kind of scouting around trying to get a place to meet where they can be together. Excuse me. Okay, they're going to go to Presque Isle, and they have some seats left if you want to check in, March 16th, and that's always fun. A list of requirements to receive HEAP were distributed. Now, I wanted to mention, the HEAP is over, guys, just about. And March 1st is a big deadline, and I don't want you to miss this. If you have senior, and most people do, have the senior tax break for your school taxes, make sure you get down to your tax collector in your village or town by March 1st. If you wait until March 1st, it's over. So at this point, if you want that senior, which is much bigger than the regular star, what they call star, you better get down there. Don't forget. And if you know a senior, make sure you get them down there. March them down there. It's going to save them hundreds of dollars in taxes for star senior. You have to bring your tax down to prove you made under $70,000 or something like that. I think that's what it is. Okay, happy birthday over there in the Lakeshore Seniors to Ronnie Genley, 93 years. How about that? I'm almost that old. Next meeting over there is February the 29th. It's coming right up. They usually meet at noon like most people do. Silver Creek has a bunch. They meet on Routes 5 and 20. That's where they intersect. They have a wonderful little clubhouse down there. And the president over there is Ed Newman. Maybe you know Ed. I guess I can take this off. No, that's good enough. I printed at 14. That's big enough. Chaplain Irene Conley offered a prayer, and they sang God Bless America, and they said the pledge. And that's the way it goes at senior centers. They are very caring people. They can't even say the pledge in some schools now. It's illegal. Okay, on March 1st, Silver Creek Central School is going to have a big meeting from 7 to 8:30. They questions and answers for the new superintendent of the schools, and of course the budget and so forth. You better get down there. You'll never find out. The budget hearings are very unattended, but if you turn the budget down, it's going to cost you money. And the only thing they can do away with is school buses and music programs, art programs, anything that's worth a hoot. And I think it's about 6% of the budget is all they could cut, and it's all the goodies, all the good things. The rest of 94% of the budget is mandated. It's all mandated from the state, or it's contractual or whatever, so it doesn't do any good to turn it down. Nothing but pain. I better put the cheaters on here. I'm going to get lost. They're going to the casino in Niagara Falls. Remember, spend your chips they give you and walk away if you win, walk away if you lose. Otherwise, you will walk away without your shirt. Don't gamble. It's fixed. Casino gambling, it's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed for the only people who make money in casinos are the owners. They're going to Niagara Falls on March 5th. On March 20th, the members are invited to play bingo at St. Columban's at 1:15. All the senior groups play bingo. And many people go down there just to play bingo for the meeting. So the meetings are quick, and then they do bingo, and they have lunch. Okay. Refreshment committee for the next meeting, March 7th. Next meeting over there at Mount Carmel in Silver Creek. Janet LaJoy, Connie Manzella, and Jean and Ginny Chesbrough. Quick note here. They're going to have a guest speaker. President Tampia mentioned it's going to be about the Titanic disaster. That was a sad sort of a thing, wasn't it, guys? And that poor kid that finally, he loved that girl and he stayed with her on the raft, then he fell, he sunk, quietly sank down. Oh, what a story. Okay, Mayville has a great bunch, and they meet regularly at the VFW, down at the foot of the hill and up a ways toward, slightly to the, I guess that's the west. Dolly Gilbert and Bonnie Johnson are doing the honors for dinner. Mrs. Goodrich read Alice's Cake. I got to hear that one someday. That might have something to do with what we're talking about, you know. They're going to, you know, they talked about how driving rules have changed. Well, there's a newest one. You got to pull over way over, at least one lane over, when there's a stopped car by a police or by the fire department. You got to get way over now. Otherwise, you go to jail. I mean, it's a big deal. And the Westfield Fire Department, which I was a member for many years, has a policy of taking their ladder truck along on the calls, and they just stretch the ladder truck right across the incident. So you have to plow through a ladder truck to get to the incident before you kill a fireman. Love it. Oh, firefighter. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not politically very correct at my age. Mayville Seniors meeting March 1st at noon in the Mayville VFW. Coming up, so don't miss that. That's a regular meeting every 2 weeks. Sheridan Happy Seniors, they have a song they all sing, and they've got to come here and sing it for us. They meet in St. Bosco, at the Bosco Hall. Ellen Settle is the chief and president over there. They had John Schmitz drop around from the Chautauqua Institute. He told them to give them a rundown of all the activities, and there are lectures, plays, classes. We all know it's beautiful. Great place to go. And I know 15 ways to get in there free, all legal. And whenever I have somebody from the Institute come here and talk, they say, you are not allowed to tell people how to get in free. Like if you want to go to the library, it's a state operation. They've got to let you in. You want to go to the post office, they've got to let you in. You can join the course, they let you in. Cop, they let you in. If you're a fireman, they let you in. If you wear a straw hat. All right, at any rate. During the Depression, the Institute almost closed from lack of funds, and they say it's just about the same now. They do have a lot of benefactors, and they do depend on that gate fee, I might add, which is pretty big. There's going to be an agri-casino trip they're doing. It'll leave the St. John Bosco on March 5th at 8:45. They're having a St. Patty's Day, of course the 17th, but they're having the 16th. And it's going to be a big deal. Don't miss it. Sheridan VFW is where they're holding it. Guest speaker on Rails and Trails coming up. I wonder if it's Dr. Burke. You know, Bob Burke is a big Rails and Trails guy. He is also our commissioner of medicine or whatever it is. Commissioner what? Commissioner of Health. Health, okay, in Chautauqua County. Because no one else will take it. I think he's still pro tem years later. He does a good job, and he has a wonderful service. Shirley Capine runs a Westfield crowd over there, and they meet regularly at the YWCA. New members, Dick and Bonnie Lancaster. Make sure you get new members. I know. They're telling me, they're signaling the news time is over, but I said I still have a couple more things to talk about here. All right, I'm finished. Okay, no more. Sorry, Sheridan. We got to move along here. We've got a guy who's going to come on board here, John Hamels, and Doc Hamels, he talks about anything he wants to. He's our editorial wing, and he often talks about hummingbirds and singing toads and frogs. Okay, this is a break for you. This is a public service announcement, just for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please